Hi, this is Gary MacDougall, and what I want to talk about today, I want to talk about a few things, and one of the things I want to talk about is spiritual law of attraction. I talked about your divine path last time in last week's video. Like, there's a divine purpose for each and every one of us here on the earth at this time. But once you figure out that divine purpose, like, how do you put that in action? How do you live that great life, create that heaven on earth? Have good income doing what you do, have amazing relationships, have really good health. It's just listening to that inner voice. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. I'm also going to talk about healing the inner child, because I see so many people lacking finances right now. So many people going through this road of trials. Joseph Campbell talks about the road of trials. So what's the road of trials? We've awakened to that call of God. We felt this higher calling from God. We've been tested. We let go of fears, crying out all this stuff, healing, becoming better. And it's like, is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to work out? And I see this grand design right now that everybody's being called to shift within. This whole earth, this whole planet is being upgraded with light and love. And we can all do it. It's just trusting in the process. So we're trusting in the process right now. We're going through this road of trials, and it's all going to work out. If we just keep processing our emotions, healing that inner child, we're going to create the best life we're going to create. So I'm going to do something now in this video that I usually do before videos, but just to give you an idea of where my inspiration comes from. Give you an idea of, my wife's in the room here, so I'm just catching her in the corner of my eye. So what I do before I start videos is I say a prayer, and I pray to God. I pray to the heavens above, the stars above that are within me but are out there, just to connect with that higher sense of purpose, that higher divinity, that higher power that is out there. But also I pray to the earth, because I recognize as a human being we are all one. In our spirits, in our souls, we are all one. There is no separation between any living thing. That God is everywhere. We are all one. But recognizing the uniqueness of each and every one of us on this earth at this time. If I was a part of the one, I wouldn't be a spirit in the spirit realm. I'd be beyond that. I would have transcended all realms and been back with the one, if that's where we're from and that's where we're going. But right now, recognizing the uniqueness of our human bodies, of our, pinching your skin, like that is real. That we are in these bodies. So I pray to the earth at this time to be a servant or of service of God, of the light on the earth at this time, and activating, calling forth my gifts, my abilities, my inner voice, and the message that wants to come through me at this time. So I open myself up as a channel of the light, and that's what I do in meditation in the morning. Like every morning I wake up and do a little meditation, do some yoga, do some journaling, clear out my emotions, clear out my body of emotions, to clear my body as a channel of the light for the earth, for all living things on this plane, and from the spirit realm. So just calling on that, and then life becomes like a living meditation. The light that is within begins to guide, and you start seeing synchronicities, and you start having telepathy with people, and different spiritual gifts happen. Things just work out. An idea that comes to mind is a friend was telling me he was driving on this road trip, and he was getting kind of tired, and he's like, I want great coffee. So he asked Spirit, like, guide me to a great coffee. And they were like, he's driving down the highway, and there's these different turnoffs. And he didn't go in the first turnoff, he didn't go in the second, but something inside that inner voice, after he'd said that prayer, asked the universe, he said, go off in this turnoff. So he went off, and he found this awesome coffee shop, and he's drinking his coffee, in the parking lot after, and he looked at the map, and it turned out that was the exit he needed to take to get to the destination where he was going as well, and he didn't know it when he took that turnoff. It's like God knows ahead of time how to get us where we want. God knows how to get us an amazing relationship. God knows how to help us manifest, more money in our life if we need it. The thing is, God's not going to do it for us. God does it through us. We become the creators of our life. And I'm not saying we become gods, but the same essence that created this universe works through us. And when we tap into the earth, when we tap into the spirits above, we tap into our bodies and work through the emotions, heal the inner child, the Spirit of God, the Spirit of light begins to work through us. And we become the solution. We start living our divine purpose on this earth. So let's just talk about some of the problems you might be having. Let's say you're struggling with finances, because I know a lot of people are struggling with finances, and because they're trying to manifest, and manifesting isn't happening. Maybe you're in a poor relationship. Like, does it serve your highest self? Everybody has to answer that for myself. I know my wife and I, we have a lot of challenges. We have a lot of things to go through, but we are rising in love. Are we at a 10 out of 10 in our love? No. But it's growing, it's rising. And I know in my heart she's the one for me. She's my soulmate, my twin flame. So just growing in that and letting go of sadness that comes up in our relationship, letting go of fear. But first you have to admit it. It's not gonna get better until you get past denial. I said that earlier on a post this week on Facebook. So in your relationship, in your finances, with your health, it's not gonna get better until you admit there's a problem. And God's not going to make it better for you, but God's going to inspire through you. Once you admit it, once you get past that emotional block or that thinking, that limited thought that keeps you stuck in a certain type, locked in a reality that you're not happy with, once you admit you're not happy in a relationship, you admit you're not happy with your finances, it can start getting better. So with finances, be like, I'm not happy with my finances. Why am I not happy? I feel lack. I'm frustrated. I see other people going on vacations. I see other people thriving, buying nice clothes. A part of it is, it's letting go of the greed, it's letting go of the lower mind, but it's admitting that there's a problem. Once we admit there's a problem, let go of that feeling, that frustration, that's stopping the light from coming up in our bodies and inspiring us into action, inspiring us into synchronization, inspiring into magic happening in our life. So just admit the frustration, the irritation, whatever, and just let it go. And then spiritual law of attraction can just happen because the light comes up and you're inspired to do something, and then money's going to come in return. It's just how it happens. So we activate our divine purpose in life. We start identifying our spiritual gifts and abilities, like beyond this pain, beyond the pain of the inner child. Maybe as a child you lacked. Maybe as a child you didn't get all the things you wanted, all the money you wanted, all the things you wanted. See other people get it, and you become jealous of them, and you feel like low self-worth, like I'm not worthy of stuff. I didn't get it because I didn't get love from my parents, or the way I really wanted it, or maybe the way you needed it. A great amount of peace came to me when I realized that my parents, they weren't perfect, but I stopped blaming them for not getting things. But not just not blaming them, but really understanding that maybe they didn't have it perfect either. Like maybe they struggled. Maybe they didn't learn how to love and nurture themselves, or they weren't loved and nurtured by their parents. So they just passed on to us unconsciously what they got, and that's all they knew. That's the best they knew. So we can love our inner child the way our inner child needs, like to caress our inner child and love them and let them cry out if they need to. Those feelings of low self-worth or that sadness or that ache that is inside. So just feel it and let it go. Cry it out, get it out, scream it out, talk to a friend. Get in your car, ask God to help you heal it. And then you turn on the radio and God will have a song for you. If you pray with your vibration, with your feeling, you'll be guided to heal your inner child, and then life can start getting better in your relationship, in your money, with your health, whatever you ask for, in this world. So many people are struggling right now with the wars going on, they feel deceived by government. I feel like what they're being told in the media isn't exactly what's going on. And people want to fight it. They want to fight. They want to get angry. Some people are scared. They want to run. There's some people that want to check out. They're ready to check out. And some people will check out. And it's sad. It's sad for me to see. But just understanding that everybody has to go through their path. So part of my path is in recognizing it is as I process my sadness around seeing people suffer. As I process my anger. Because I've had effing anger. I want to swear, but you never know if a kid's in the room. I don't want to swear and hear like a kid hear my swearing. My son is home right now. He's in the bedroom with my wife playing a game. But just to feel that anger, feel that sadness, and get that shit out, because underneath the suffering of our inner child, underneath the suffering of our adult self in this moment, is guidance. Is the purpose of why we're alive right now. Is the solution to the problems of the earth. And I'm not going to solve them all, and you're not going to solve them all, but the more people that wake up, the more people that are going to solve them. There are people, we think like our enemies are in government, or our enemies are in the war, or our enemies are this and that. Every single living thing is sacred. Everything comes from the light of God, is created. God is everywhere in all things. See, some things hold a little bit more light, and some things are a little bit dimmer. So I've been just sending light and love to so many people. And that's just my prayer. But I know that there's an action through me that is a solution. I know there's an action through you that comes from light. I'm not saying there's something wrong with anger, or there's wrong with sadness, or there's wrong with fear. There's not. It's just an opportunity to grow, and I celebrate all of it in you and all of it in me. Just embrace it, be grateful for it. knowing that the Spirit of God or the Spirit of light is on the other side of that pain and that sadness, offering us a solution to this world and the problems right now. So you never know. There might be somebody in government that goes, this is wrong. What's going on is wrong. So many whistleblowers are coming out these days. Why would I condemn them or fight them? Maybe they need to awaken. I'm going to support them and love them, send them light and love. You never know, there might be like this spontaneous awakening where like millions of people go, that's enough, it's enough. We're stopping this craziness, we're stopping these wars, we're stopping this fight for oil, we're stopping this greed, that's it. There are solutions. The solutions want to come through us. We can all live without greed. We can all thrive on this planet. There are so many amazing solutions that have been squashed in the past, like cures for cancer, free energy, all this great, amazing stuff that's been hidden, but it's coming out now. This is a new age we're in. You can call me new ager, you can call me hippie, you can call me tree hugger, you can call me whatever. I used to hide this shit. Thinking I'm weird or whatever. So if you have that voice and you want to come out and you're afraid of being weird, I get it. Because I lived it for 20 years and it squashed my heart. There's this fear of rejection. And that's the fourth dimensional reality, that TV reality, what our parents are going to think, that we have to break through so that love can come through our heart and we can be alive and we can thrive and we can create a great life. We can have lots of money, all this stuff. As you provide a service and you give it out there, what's wrong with receiving energy or money in return? It's all God. It's all good. And no, I'm not being a salesman. I'm being a serviceman. I am here to serve the light. And I accept divine compensation in return. And I think everybody should on this planet. There's no shame in money. Our mind wants to block or limit us. Why can't we thrive? God wants us to thrive. Everything in life, you take away all human beings, everything in life thrives. Animals thrive. It's beautiful. This earth is beautiful. I find as I get in harmony with the earth and myself and my spirit and God and all living things, the spirits above, the heavens above, my life continues to get better. I become more in harmony with myself. I have no desire to kill things. Except, and I'm going to end it on this, we had mice in our house, and we thought we had a mouse in our house back in the summer. So I prayed. I'm going to be honest with you, because sometimes I speak the spirit of things, and I ask them for help. Like I asked the deer to stop eating our plants. They stopped eating our plants. I told you that before. Now they just nibble on my plants just a little bit. I'm okay with that because they're not killing the plants. But these mice were in our house and they're shitting all over the place and they're scaring my wife and they're scaring my kids. So as a father, my job is to protect my wife and kids. So I asked the spirit of the mice to leave, and we kept seeing shit all over the floor. So finally, the answer was I had to get the mice out. I had to kill the mice. So I set some mice traps. If you love animals and you're offended by that, the thought of me killing animals offended myself. It was really hard to do. So I went out and I bought 2 traps because it came in 2 traps. I thought, I'll get the mice. Set the 2 traps. Within an hour, I heard a trap go. Boom. I was like, yes, I caught the mouse. It was disgusting getting rid of it. Next morning, I checked the second mouse trap. Boom, we had a second one. It's like, damn, we had more than 1 mouse. That's crazy. Just in case I'm going to get 2 more. Set the 2 more. Within 3 minutes, we had our third. And within an hour, we had our fourth. Like, damn, I got 2 more. So I got 2 more traps. And then I got a 5th one in the next hour. So it's like, oh God, I got 5, but that 6th one never snapped. But then a couple weeks later, I kept seeing mouse poo. We're just going to keep going on this one. For months, he avoided the traps. So I set more traps. I got like 3 or 5 traps right now, something in my house. Months he's avoided it, and we keep seeing poo all over the place. So finally I was like, what is this mouse trying to teach us? So I looked up mouse medicine, on the internet, and there's a story about a mouse that he heard something greater. He knew something inside, there's something greater out there, but he was warned, do not go out there. It's a story I'm starting to read. I'm just seeing that this mouse was bringing us medicine, and it was avoiding our traps because we weren't getting the message the mouse was bringing us. And the mouse is like, there was something more out there calling to him, but everybody told him not to go for it. And I was that little mouse, for so long keeping down because people were saying, don't go out there. But that mouse was curious and he heard that sound. And I think the cookies are ready on my stove. So the mouse left anyway because he felt something inside that he wanted to know that more that was out there. So he followed, and all of a sudden he found this animal. He was afraid the animal was going to kill him and trample him, but the animal said, I can help you. The mouse said, I can help you. He lent that animal its eyes. And then all of a sudden that animal could see, but that animal was so big, it was like a buffalo, and it helped that mouse. And so it's like when we venture out from our house, when we venture out into this world, we can call on the spirits of different animals. We can call on the spirits of God to help us. We might not know our way, how to find our answer, find that better life. We just have to ask for it. So like that mouse, ask for that help. And then he felt like there's something on top of the mountaintop. And he found another animal. He thought that animal was going to come and eat him. But again, that animal knew he could get up, but he couldn't. He needed the help of the mouse. So the mouse offered his help, and that wolf offered the help of the mouse to help the mouse up to the mountaintop. The mouse got to the mountaintop, and each and every one of us can get to the mountaintop. We can live an awesome life, really good health, money, take care of all our needs, travel, vacation. Each and every person, no matter where you are, what race you are, everybody can. With the power of God that is in you, you can create that. When the mouse got to the top, an eagle came down. He thought he was going to be eaten, and that eagle lifted him up. The mouse had reached the mountaintop, but he was fulfilled, so he didn't care that he was going to die. And then when he realized he was going to die, there's something like he was going back to heaven. It's like we're all come here for a purpose on this planet. We're all going to go back to heaven. So no matter if you're alive or dead, we're an angel in the spirit world. We can be angels on this earth, bringing the light, being of service. We just have to answer the call, to follow our heart, and know that it's all going to work out for the good. And God has this amazing divine plan for each and every one of us. And it's never over. No matter how bad our finances look, no matter how bad our relationships look, God can help it. I just have to ask for help. So I think that's it. If you need help in your relationship, you need help in your money, you can ask for help. You can make it better. The power is in you. I could pray for you and ask for help, but the prayer is so much more powerful when you do it yourself. You activate that power, that God creator, that goddess creator within you, the masculine, the feminine. As you heal that inner child, become more whole, life has to get better outside. Everything's a hologram. Everything is as good out there as it is inside. So as we do our work on the inside, it gets better on the outside. So much love to you, so much power, so much hope. I have no problem with hope. I have no problem with faith, because it always gets better when I have hope and faith. So much love to you. It'll get better. And just keep healing, keep nurturing that inner child, nurture that spirit, follow that inner voice. Meditate and do all that stuff, yes. But when you leave that meditation, hold on to that light and let that light and that inner voice guide you to that better life. It just keeps getting better. The power of now, in each now moment. Listen to that voice, and more magic will happen, more synchronicity